Nice. Mic check 1 2 3 4 5. Anyone in chat? Can anyone hear me? Mic check 1 2 3 4 5. Yes, okay. No one is here, I don't think. Did my post go through? Did my post go through? I think so. Oh, yay, we got people in the chat. Okay, nice. Hello, everyone. Today I have a Mike's Hard Pineapple Strawberry. I'm not endorsing alcohol, just letting y'all know that is what I'm drinking. Just to take the edge off. Yay! Yay, we got some people. What's up, chat? How y'all doing? When you post in a new vid, we'll get into that. Don't worry. So while y'all are coming in, I guess I'll just talk to the chat. So before I get to any of the questions on Patreon. Hi, Carson Silver. Hello, everyone. How are you doing, Max? I'm doing good, Jennifer. Thank you for asking. How you doing? Y'all are very sweet. Thank you for the kind words. Excuse me. So sorry. Sorry about that. Sorry. How's it going, everyone? Can everyone hear me? Is the audio okay? Is the video okay? Do y'all need me to do anything? Love the beard. Thank you, Toasty Cloud Z. Appreciate it. I've been growing it out because I've been bulking this season, so my face was getting fat, so gotta have the beard to match. Excuse me. Y'all are very nice. Thank you. That is David Goggins in the background. Ricky, or Rick Y. Thank you for noticing. Yes. Love David. Good old guy. What an inspiration. He was actually the inspiration for the title of the project, You Can't Hurt Me. Was actually pulled from his book, Can't Hurt Me. So yeah, if you like David Goggins, cheers to you. If I may ask, where are you from? I grew up in Dallas. Clark Clancy says, thank you for protecting children. You gave me the courage to talk to my mother about my brother, and she chose to gaslight me like she normally does. But I have my friends and I myself. I'm so sorry to hear that, man. I'm glad I gave you the courage, though. Please have the courage to talk to more people about it. What event or events started you on your quest to hunt down evil? Asked Salem. Gosh, it's a lot. So I think I said this in my last live stream. Just started like Cartoon Incorporated. It was literally just because like, oh, this was interesting, so might as well like cover it. And then like, I got a lot of praise for doing that, specifically with the pedo hunting part, and it was a lot of fun, and I was very good at it. So that started me down the path of hunting pedos, but along the way, as I've matured, I'm starting to realize like the true impact this kind of content is having on people. And I think the things we are doing are extremely important. And that is all just starting to come to me like within the past year was all the emails I've been getting from you guys and other survivors about like your stories, and I was like, damn, this shit's kind of like super important. And that's why over time I've been trying to take it more and more seriously, and I need to keep doing that. Who else is on your wall? Okay, so we got Martin, obviously, David, Desmond. That is, he was played by Andrew Garfield in Hacksaw Ridge. That is Desmond Doss, incredible man. And then Malala Yousafzai. If you don't know her, she was shot in the face for advocating for education, and survived, and won the Nobel Peace Prize, and has a whole book, and has a whole entire campaign that I'm trying to learn from about educating children. And I think that is probably one of the most powerful things we can do, which is what I'm trying to do. Dude, yeah, I love these guys. Always keeps me on my mission, I think, and the importance of my mission, of our mission. Excuse me, everybody. Sorry about all my mouth noises. What's a question you really want us to ask? Y'all ask whatever you want. Right now, I'm just talking to the chat. I like this a lot more than the big streams, like the public streams, because I can actually read what y'all are saying. Excuse me, guys. Misreads the vibe and starts choking you. Asks, "Are you single?" Love the name. I'm not gonna. I don't want to go too much into my personal life. I would rather. Excuse me. Talk about the content and the campaign we're pushing, rather than talk about myself personally. And just for like privacy and security, I think it'll be best to keep it that way. Sorry for not like answering the question. Still love your name though. Misreads the vibe and starts choking you. Love that. What's next for the movement? So right now I'm working on the part 0 of You Can't Hurt Me. After this live stream, it will give me. This live stream is very important, by the way. It will give me the direction that I need going forward, because I understand a lot of y'all have questions, a lot of y'all have concerns, and some of them are very serious, and I want to address them and I want to listen to them. This live stream will have a huge impact on the content going forward, so just so you all know that. Actually, how is Zach Haddad doing? Oh, what the heck? Are we back online? Oh, what the heck? Okay, am I back online? Can anyone hear me? Hello, hello? Are we back online? Can anyone? Oh my gosh, what is happening? Okay, whatever. If y'all say I'm good, I will believe y'all. Don't know why. My internet should be good to go. Give me 1 sec. Okay, seems fine. Okay, cool. Hello, everyone. You focus very heavy on AI in the video. Was that relating just to artificially made images, or is there more involved in that? Only RC. There is a lot more involved. The generated images was just a little idea. I thought it'd be cute since we're talking about AI. Might as well have AI generated images in the video. You know, that is like the least important part. Is like Mid-Journey. I think the more important parts are like LLMs and beyond. Am I back online? Back to lag. I am so sorry, y'all. I don't know what is going on here. What the heck? AI is changing the world, therefore we must change with it naturally. James, you're right on the money. We're going to talk more about that in a sec. If this stream would stop lagging, I don't know what is going on. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. Why, though? I don't understand. Is it the DVR? I don't know, guys. I don't know what's going on. I'm so sorry, y'all. Excuse me. Love you, Max. Love you too, Toasty Cloud Z. Slap the Wi-Fi box is acting up. Dude, right? I don't know why. I get another bottle. I think I'm good for now. I'll get another bottle in a sec once I'm feeling it. All right, so sorry. Is everyone good? Are we all ready? Sorry, gosh. Is everyone ready for the questions and answers? Because I'm about to start scrolling through this little hold on. Oh, I'm fucking up. What is going on? Y'all are sweet. Thank you for the kind words. Y'all are too kind, for real. All right, we're ready. Chat says we're ready. Or at least Salem says we're ready. Okay, can I do this? Well, I'm trying to see if I can pop out the chat. Oh, here we go. Oh, yes, that's so much better. Okay, I'm going to have the chat over here. Just over there. Okay, and then... y'all let me know if y'all are having any problems with the stream. So let's start with this one. Why is it you've removed all the old videos, not just off YouTube, but Vimeo as well? I enjoy watching them from time to time and seeing the unaltered versions. Felt I could truly feel what you wanted to express. So the videos on Vimeo should not be taken down. If y'all are having trouble finding the link to those videos, I will fix that after the stream. Um, on YouTube, though, if you want to watch any of my old content, there will be a playlist called Unlisted Videos on my channel. All you have to do is click on that playlist. You will see basically all of my old videos that I don't really care for, but exist if y'all want to watch it. Is chat paused? Why am I not seeing the chat move? Stream issue might be on the YouTube side. Am I still good? What happened? Oh, do y'all see the dogs? Y'all see little Rube over here? Hey. Oh, we got some dogs in here. Hi. I know it might be controversial leaving or having pets on the bed, but I want them to sleep comfy with me, even though they wake me up all the time. Hey, they're getting good pats for y'all. Don't worry. All right. But yeah. Videos on YouTube should be in a playlist on my channel called Unlisted Videos. And then the Vimeo ones, if you can't find the link for that, they shouldn't be taken down. If you can't find the link for that, I will create a new link for you. What breed? They're all mutts, dude. And they all came from the shelter. How do you find your actors/actresses? Do they contact you or vice versa? So usually it is just friends that I ask that I think will fit the part, and I'm like, hey, do you want to be in my next video? And they're like, yeah. That's usually how it goes. If there's like a specific person I'm looking for, I will usually just go to Craigslist and post a Craigslist ad. Did the stream die again? Why is chat not moving? Why is chat not moving? This is no good. It says, I see excellent connection. That's what I see. All better? I hope so. I don't know what is happening. We paused. Okay. I don't know if it's picking up everything, but if you need to go back in the DVR and see what my answer to a specific question was, I don't know why it keeps disconnecting. I'm so sorry, y'all. That's really sucky. Okay, you're listening. Oh, okay, cool. All right. Hi, Mom. I have 3 questions for you with follow-ups provided. What is the real reason why you have been so radio silent recently? Heavy workload, fear of being taken off platform because of our inherently controversial nature, or something else? So main thing is heavy workload, but also I don't like being on social media because it is so bad for your brain. Like neurologically speaking, social media and all of these other apps that are like programmed to hijack your attention, so bad for you guys. I try to limit as much social media time as physically possible. And also just because the work is so important, I don't want to get distracted and bogged down with like social media and all these other apps that are competing for your focus and attention and reducing attention spans and like pumping children full of mental illness. And that's not for me. So I prefer living in the real world most of my time, and just working, getting work done. When, if ever, will we get an update to Pumpy Stop? So this video, the video that was supposed to be posted was supposed to be the sequel to Puppy Stomp. Like that was what I was supposed to work on. But all this stuff with AI started coming out, and all of these studies about how it can be weaponized. Oh God, it's just, I feel like this is so much more important. At the moment, I still want to make the sequel to Puppy Stomp, and I have everything I need to make that video, but it's just I felt like this was more important and more urgent So after this whole series is done, that is when I'll go back to Puppy Stomp and all the pedo hunting stuff. So I'm not quitting all that. I'm just letting y'all know the impact AI will have on children is more important. Will we find a predator and you can't hurt me? I do. So, like I said in my post, it's going to be the same style. I still want like the hybrid between the real world stuff and the fictional stuff. And that won't change. So we'll see how that pans out. What does the future hold for you? Where are we headed as a community? And is this platform viable for the kinds of work you and the rest of us do? So for me personally, let's say 10 years down the line, I want to be working still in filmmaking, but also educational filmmaking. I think it would be cool to make movies that can empower children, that a mass audience can consume, and that will push for a positive impact on children and the rest of the world. That is what I hope to do 10 years down the line. Be more educational and empowering. I am hoping to move off YouTube at some point, since, as y'all know, YouTube is very limiting, especially for the type of content I make. That is where I hope to go. Dogs! They're playing right now, just so y'all know. I'll be there with questions. Thank you for the transparency, of course. No, where will you go though? Like your films? Where will I go? Like physically? Like geographically? I mean, I'll go wherever. But the films will always retain the message of empowering children and punishing anyone who wants to harm children. That is the message I want to leave behind. If you leave YouTube, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Whoever will be best for the future films we're trying to make. I don't want any kind of like. So far right now, I'm trying to just build my own film production company that will make these kinds of films. But if not, then just whichever producer wants to fund these projects that won't try to get in the way of the messages, I think that would be optimal. So like maybe A24. I really like A24. I really like Adult Swim. Those types of media companies, I think, are very they're willing to let artists have creative expression, but also like spreading the message of whatever it may be. Do not leave YouTube. Oh, well, I don't know, guy. I don't know. I mean, YouTube isn't treating me so good. I mean, I make the most unfriendly content for the algorithm. Yeah, it's like, why am I here? I started out here, but I don't. If YouTube is willing to like work with me more and like, I don't know. I would really like to make an original series on YouTube where we partner up and maybe spread a good message out there. Did you actually meet with Susan? No, I did not meet with Susan. I can't go into the details of what happened, but I talked with some YouTube representatives. It's worth holding out for a media company that will support your message, yes. And if that doesn't happen, I'm still just going to be here on YouTube building our campaign from the ground up. We do all pay for your content already, though, to be fair. Yeah, y'all do. And that's why I'm able to make it. And that is where this is building from, is you guys, the Patreon people. Max, would you be open to let me and my friends produce your audio and stuff? Maybe. I already have an audio guy that I trust, but I'm willing to work with more people in the future. But I will like post publicly if I ever need services like that, and then I will reach out to you if you respond to those posts. Your content isn't that unfriendly compared to people like Onision rating minors' bodies existing. Well, to YouTube, it's one and the same. To YouTube, they review both as like this in the same, like they're the same thing basically. Like, oh, this one is talking about child exploitation. This one is actually exploiting children. Just put them in the same category. Yeah. In the eyes of YouTube, I'm basically doing the exact same thing. They don't have, so the rules for child exploitation on YouTube are broad. Like, they don't have any specific. It's just broad. If there's mention of child exploitation or anything, you're pretty much restricted on the same level. And while I think that is ultimately a good thing, the reason why I started stuff like Pick a Side YouTube was because I think that is harmful for channels like me who are trying to make content pushing against that stuff. And it's like, no, you demonetized, age restricted, you are punished by the algorithm either way. And I think that's very unhealthy because it makes less people want to talk about this subject. Like, I've talked to other YouTubers who say, yeah, dude, I would make content like that, but I made it once and they age restricted me and I never made it again. And it's like restricting the conversation. I think more people who are in on the conversation is only beneficial to the subject. But at the same time, I understand why YouTube has that broad rule. And I think it probably is better that way. But that is why I would like to work with YouTube on an official basis, or work with a production company on an official basis. Anyway, how does someone join the team for work like this and get involved hunting down pedos? It's work my dad used to do as a cop that brought down a pedophile ring in London, and it's something I'd like to do, but I don't know where to start, who to talk to, or what skills are needed. So, part of You Can't Hurt Me will be educating y'all on how you can do the work yourself. And not just doing the work, but doing it professionally and respectfully. That will be one of the sections of You Can't Hurt Me, is me showing all of you how to do this stuff, because it is a little complicated, but I think it's worth doing if you're spreading the right message. Do you think YouTube even cares about kids? I do. I think they, like all other corporations, put profit above children, but I do think they do care. I mean, they have to. They're a corporation. If you don't care about kids, then not only the government is going to come after you, but the public is going to come after you. I think YouTube tries their best. I don't think they're doing the best, but I think they're trying their best. And just like all other corporations, they have to put children high up on the list because they have to. But the problem is they put profit over children. But that's all corporations, and that's something I'm going to go over in You Can't Hurt Me as well. Just like We'll get into that in the video, guys. We'll get into that in the video. What happened to the My Little Pony video, or what was that about? So that I'm very bad with sequels, guys. I'm so sorry. My Little Pony was gonna be a video inspired by all the pedo communities in the My Little Pony community, like all the bronies, on how there's like ties to pedophilia, but I didn't go through with that video just because I thought it was harmful in a way, like labeling all bronies as pedos, basically. And I don't think I should spread messages like that, like just concentrate one group. Oh, these are all pedos. I mean, maybe not, maybe them just, maybe some of them just suffer mental illness or have traumatic childhoods and are. Turkey Tom did a video on bro. I trust Turkey Tom. I'm sure he did a good job. But yeah, I think my time was better served focusing on communities like Kids Chat and MyLOL. I felt those communities were so much more harmful to children than bronies. Even though there is a little bit of a problem with bronies. Stream is lagging. I'm so sorry, y'all. So sorry if the stream is lagging. I don't know what to do about it. I have OBS and I have pretty good internet. I don't know why it's doing that. But yeah, that's why I abandoned that project and similar sequel projects. Just IMVU, exactly. Like, yeah, I felt my time was better served with those applications and those communities, because those are more geared towards children, whereas My Little Pony is a whole mess, and it's too complicated to just say, oh, you're all pedos, The franchise, what is up, man? I'm glad you joined the stream. Thank you so much. For all those of you that don't know, the franchise is a homie of mine. He did a video on Edwin that I thought was excellent. I don't want to speak too much about that just because that's none of my business, really. I don't need to get into all that. Will you ever look up the app Bunch? Is a FaceTime video game is full of creeps, and I was able to catch my innocent 9-year-old sister before she saw a man flash her a few seconds after I took it. Dang, that's crazy. I never even heard of Bunch, but that is something worthwhile going into in the future. Thank you. You are very sweet. Thank you, Omar. Are we still going to get normal content in addition to the short film you're making? I am prioritizing the film first. But rest assured, the film is going to be the same style that y'all all enjoy. But there will be normal content after that, assuming everything goes as planned, which, as life goes, sometimes that doesn't happen. But I'm not abandoning pedo hunting videos, just so y'all know. How short is the short film? So the film, the full You Can't Hurt Me is not a short film. It was supposed to be a 3-hour feature film, but I'm probably going to have to break it up into multiple videos, but each of them will be at least an hour long. There will be more on that in the next video. The short film was already released. The short film that was available on Patreon. So yeah. By when do you think it'll be finished? The whole project is probably gonna be like a year or two, maybe. But the first part, we'll see. Maybe like in a few months, I'm hoping. You can't rush perfection, like Ja just said. You can't rush for perfection. Thank you, Ja. Okay. Three general questions. Where do the most pedophiles you encounter come from? By that, I mean what countries? I mean, usually just the United States, just because that's usually the location I put, and that's usually where the apps are developed, and that's usually what language I'm speaking. I don't think that has anything to do with pedo numbers. I'm sure there's pedophiles on every country on earth. So, yeah. But yeah, I think it's mainly the United States so far. Although there was a Canadian, Zach Haddad. He was Canadian, so you never know. Do you focus more on pedophiles who are only English speakers, or do you go worldwide? Usually, yeah, English speakers, just because that's my primary language. Hablo español un poco, solo un poco. So I don't think it would be wise for me to pedo hunt any other country or any other language speaker. Most importantly, how do you maintain your mental health after investigating, pursuing, reporting these pedophiles? So I've talked about this before. The video in of itself is the therapy. Like, I like making the videos. That's why I'm good at making them. That's why I'm able to do this, is because of the videos. But aside from that, I do Wim Hof breathing exercises. They help so much. I drink plenty of water. I exercise. I get sunlight. Just try to stay healthy. And usually your brain will follow. So yeah. How do you, Nexpo, Nick Crowley, Night Dogs know each other? Are you guys all local to each other? I can't be the only one wondering this. So the circumstances in which we met were all different from each other, but we just, usually it was like, it started online, just being like, what's up? And then, there's a convention happening, might as well go. And then we met up, and then, we really hit it off, and then we became best friends from that. I haven't talked to Night Dogs in a while, but me, Nexpo, and Nick Crowley are very close. How do you handle mental stress of everything that you go over? Wim Hof breathing exercises. So, any of you who don't know Wim Hof breathing exercises, you should look it up and then try it. It's going to be streamed here. If you're here, you'll know where it is. My question would be, what made you get into all this, not just cinematically, but going in detail and hunting down the horrible shit that goes on? Also, is it just you that hunt these people / things down? So usually for my videos, I'll have a team of anonymous hackers and people who know how to do the digital side of stuff, but the one interacting with them, that is me. I am usually not the talking decoy, but the typing. When things are just text, that is all me. The video is mostly me. The music is not me. The music is usually Oddscure or Filmmaker. The filming is me. The editing is me. The writing, that's me as well. But yeah. What made you get into all this? Just started small, started with a single video, and then it progressed from there, especially after receiving the feedback and emails from actual survivors. That is what solidified it. Jaw asks, who are your favorite creators? That's a really good question. I really like Lex Friedman. Lex Friedman is probably doing one of the most important things on Earth right now. Just speaking to experts in any given field and just having a deep conversation with them. I think everyone should watch Lex Friedman. He's awesome. I guess these are my main questions. ETA and Puppy Stomp Part 2, get their asses. Thanks. After You Can't Hurt Me. That's all I can really say. I can't give you a timeline. Will you ever make more videos along the lines of your previous content? The stuff about weird games like Sad Satan, Roly Poly, Kanye Quest, and the Cult Parody? Maybe. We'll see. You never know. Maybe I will. Don't get me wrong, you're doing great work here, and I 100% understand that it deserves priority above all else, and that's why I'm a Patreon supporter. It's just that your previous content is what got me into your channel in the first place, and I kind of miss it. It'd be nice to see one of those again once in a while. I will try. I can't promise anything. I can tell you for sure I haven't abandoned those projects. It's just as things take higher priority, that is what I start to work on. Oh my gosh. No, not a disconnection. Okay. Connected. I'm connected again. Are we all good? Everyone connected? Am I connected? You're good on my end. All right. Thank you, Jennifer. Okay, let me get back to the questions. What are your artistic influences, like in terms of cinematography and effects and stuff? You have a really distinct style. It's pretty cool. Thank you so much. That means a lot. I'd say probably Denis Villeneuve is my favorite director. I also really love Christopher Nolan. Martin Scorsese's pretty cool. Quentin Tarantino's pretty cool. Frank Darabont's awesome. Roger Deakins is an amazing cinematographer. I mean, there's a lot of inspirations out there, man. Even like Nakey Jakey, I'd say, is an artistic influence to me. The Spider-Verse films, that whole and the Arcane series, those art styles are just so beautiful. If I could do something like that in the future, I would love that. You are my inspiration. Thanks, Necro. You're very kind. You do the Kubrick style. Yeah. Kubrick's a big one as well. There's so many. I mean, if I were to name all my inspirations and influences, we'd be here all day. I don't even think I know all of them. So yeah. Hey, Mama, my question isn't so much about the content. What you produce must be extremely difficult for you, the things you have to sit through and watch. I wanted to ask if you're okay and you have people to support you. What do you do to take your mind off all the awful shit? Thank you. Thank you, Alice. That's very sweet of you. I am okay. I do have people that support me. My real life friends are some of the best. What do you do to take your mind off awful shit? I don't know. Just living, doing like, fuck. Why do I keep disconnecting? Hey. Any plans to hunt predators on Telegram or other apps? Asks Mushroom Pixels. Maybe. We'll see. I have heard a lot of shit goes down on Telegram. We good. Keep talking. Okay, cool. Here are my questions. Have you ever been rich time? I remember in a previous video you had mentioned, albeit via phone call to authorities, you filmed that you live in a pretty large city, or at least close to one. Related to the first question, would you ever want to meet a fan or a group of fans? If not, that's totally understandable. I'm just kind of curious. I've thought about this. Am I disconnected? Am I back? I think I'm back. Would I ever meet a fan or a group of fans? For now, let's say maybe. I just I'm a pretty private person. I would like to keep it that way. Um, I know that kind of sucks for fan meetup stuff, but maybe in the future, maybe. I'm not saying no. I'm just saying right now, not in the near future. Well, at least okay. If you see me out in public, you can say hi, and I will be very nice to you because I like you guys. But I'm not gonna go out of my way and announce something that I'm out in public because that just I think that would put me in danger and maybe the other people who were coming to the meetups in danger. So I don't want to do that. My biggest question, are you still going to do the hunting style videos? Yes. I know you are busy with You Can't Hear Me, but the post you made, it seemed like you were insinuating that you were finished with that stuff in favor of making this video. If you are, I understand and will support you regardless, but I still hope not because your pedo hunting videos are some of the most cathartic videos on the web. Thank you so much, Jennifer. No, I don't plan on stopping doing them, and I want to incorporate that cathartic effect in You Can't Hurt Me. Okay, so a mushroom. Are you in chat right now? A mushroom. If anyone in chat identifies as a mushroom on Patreon, please identify yourself, because I want to address all of your concerns. And I want to be able to have a conversation with you about this stuff because I think it's very serious and I think it's very important. And I think a lot of what you bring up is important. And it's something I want all of us to have a conversation about because it will determine how I produce future content. I don't want my content to be harmful. The purpose of doing this is to help children and to punish those who would harm children. And if it's not doing that, then I don't want to make it. I want to change it so that it will help children and punish those who harm children. All right, so is there anyone in the chat that is a mushroom on Patreon? Because I want to address you personally. And if you're not here, that's okay. I'll still address and we can still have a conversation. So, Necro, the scenes they're talking about are the scenes in the short film. So, you know, 3. Thank you, Captivating Paradox. Yes, this is so they're talking about the short film. Do people think that those sorts of scenes should never be filmed or vaguely depicted in media? We're gonna talk about it, guys. We're gonna have a whole conversation because I want to know the answer as well. I want to know if, yeah, with the condom, that whole sequence. I know. I did put trigger warnings. Dogs. They're just playing. I thought what you showed was fine. I mean, I tried to do it in a way I thought it was respectful. I didn't sexualize the character. It's not pornographic. It is mostly the face of the trafficker with quick flashes of Dora's reactions. I felt it was an appropriate way to show, the act of the assault. And I understand it is triggering, but I put a trigger warning. Nah, because it could have been worse, but nah. You don't need to apologize. I think it should be portrayed. It's important to show how serious the topic is, and people won't understand if they're not explicitly shown like this, I believe. I feel the same way. Attack. I feel it should have been trimmed down. I can respect that. I also felt a little uncomfortable when I was screening it to my friends. I was like, maybe this goes on a little long. And maybe I should have listened to that sense, that feeling. But I still think what I showed wasn't that gratuitous. Okay, the trouble I have with the simulated R-word scene argument is that it was portrayed by adults and doesn't depict anything legal or gratuitous in nature, so criticizing it brings up the issue of portraying serious topics in stories. Exactly. Like, how are we supposed to portray this serious topic in storytelling, in the confines of a fictional universe? Does that mean there is no movie, there is no TV show, there is no book that can describe or show something like that? As long as the actors/actresses are adults and the scene is played out in artistic expression with maturity, e.g. not pornographic, it should be completely fine to depict, in my view. I agree. Obviously, a mushroom here disagrees. And I'm going to show their whole community post in a sec, but I would like, if a mushroom is here in the chat, I would like them to defend their arguments as to why it might be harmful. As a victim of SA, you included trigger warnings and nothing overly graphic while still being respectful. It should be upsetting because it's a real issue that needs to be addressed. When it happens in real life, there's no trigger warning for the victim. Phantom99, thank you so much. I agree with you. So, yes, I'm going to earnestly address this issue, but am I going to apologize for portraying it in the way I felt was, and the way some of you feel was respectful and true? I don't think I need to. And as some of you said, you don't think I need to either. And that's what I was trying to explain to them in the community post, which I'll get to. But yeah, a mushroom, if you are here, please defend your points. And okay, here's the thing. If you can prove, or if you can provide scientific data or give evidence to your claims that the content you watched was harmful, please present that. That is what I need. If you can present that and show that this isn't just a personal offense to you and it actually is harmful to watch, I will change my direction. I will change absolutely. I do not want to be harmful. That goes against the whole point of doing this. I know, and they argue I'm trying to line my pockets or whatever, but if I was trying to make money, I am in the worst industry and make the worst content to make money. All my videos are either demonetized or age restricted, and they are the most algorithm unfriendly things on the platform. The only way I can make money is through Patreon. That is the only way I can make money. And even still, I put resources at the very top of the description. If you want to donate to other organizations that deserve your money just as much, if not more than me, that is why that is at the top of the description. I don't understand. If they feel that way, why would they continue to fund you on Patreon? So, Echo, you bring up a great point. I think it's because they want to vent on my Patreon their personal opinion. I think. I don't know. Because it feels like they are being purposefully confrontational. All of their responses are emotionally charged. And they bring up things that have nothing to do with human trafficking to the conversation, which I'll show, but I don't know. Yeah, let's not gang up on them. I don't want to gang up here. I want to have a conversation about this because I think it is very important. So it seems most of you agree with me. Does anyone disagree with me? Does anyone think or agree with this stance? Yes, I'm going to show you the community post. Actually, I might as well show it now. Since we're on a mushroom, I'm going to show their post. So this is a mushroom. They made this community post. I can in good conscience support someone who films and posts simulated child as a means to raise money for their Patreon. At 13:15, your newest upload, you simulate a victim of, trafficking before turning into an alien monster, and you admit that this video is to gain Patreons. You specifically say in your most recent post, while this project acts as a fundraiser, I want to emphasize that you should not feel obligated to increase your patronage if you cannot afford to. Simulating as a plan to raise money is another form of child exploitation. So I responded, I appreciate your comment and I genuinely understand the concerns you've raised. This is a conversation that's critical to have, and it's one that I've had with myself numerous times throughout this project. That is all true. Like, you cannot think I posted that short film without putting as much thought into it, if not more, than you have. Firstly, I want to emphasize that no real person was exploited in the making of this film. The actress involved in the scene you've mentioned is a consenting adult, and her character is not a child, but an AGI experiencing human-like exploitation. Dogs, chill out. Sorry, guys. Dogs. So sorry, I might have to kick them out in a sec. They're getting a little crazy. This doesn't trivialize the gravity of the depicted situation, but offers a nuanced exploration of the issue. So I'm just trying to stay to the truth. The character is an AGI. That is a spoiler, but it's also, I think it's important to address that. Well, whether she's an AGI or not, it doesn't really matter to the conversation. I just wanted to get that out there. I think the fact that the actress is a consenting adult portraying a child is the problem here, which I understand. The abhorrent reality of human trafficking is a tragedy that I believe is underrepresented in media. This is true. It is a horrifying reality that can't be fully captured or comprehended in any medium. This is true. The victims are real people living through unimaginable traumas. This is true. It is their experiences that I want to bring attention to, not to exploit their suffering, but to create awareness and incite change. To ignore this issue or to shy away from it in fear of its grim reality is a disservice to those affected and allows such atrocities to continue in the shadows. I feel this is all true. As a filmmaker, my role is to shed light on societal issues, especially those that are often overlooked or misunderstood. It is a challenging task to balance the rawness of reality with the aesthetics of storytelling, particularly when it comes to matters as deeply upsetting as this. It is, however, through this challenge that we can create conversations, shift perceptions, and potentially contribute to changes in society. Through this project, I've endeavored to use art as a vehicle for awareness and change while maintaining the utmost respect for the victims. And the scenes in question, while admittedly graphic, even though not as graphic as it could have been, were intended to provide a visceral, unflinching depiction of the reality of human trafficking. They are meant to disturb not for the sake of sensationalism, but to awaken a reaction strong enough to inspire action. I hope this clarifies the intention behind my project, and I invite any further conversation on this matter, as it is through these dialogues that we can progress as a society. Do any of you disagree with that? CSA is something that is pretty graphically portrayed in Berserk as well, much more graphically than it is in the short film, but I find it hard to believe that such a portrayal is exploitative, says Anthot. I mean, yes, it brings up a whole conversation of, can you not show anything having to do with CSA? I feel that is harmful. I feel if we go that way, if everyone in the world just did not portray CSA as it is, which is horrifying and disturbing, then we would all just forget about the issue. We would all if it's just sugar coated and you don't see the horrific nature of it, I think that is harmful, because it's just not true. The reality of CSA is disturbing. It is horrifying. And it is part of reality. Like, that is the world we live in. It exists. And I think anything that tries to shy away from it or only imply it, but don't show the whole thing, just imply, how is that gonna affect anyone? Who's gonna have an emotional response to that? So that is how I see it. I think anything besides the truth is harmful. And I was trying to be as true to the experience of assault as I possibly could be, while still trying to be respectful. Now, they argued there are ways of approaching the issue of human trafficking without cinematically depicting the scene. This is true. However, it is a disservice. I think if you don't know what they have experienced, it is a disservice. Please read about re-victimization. I don't see you filming for your own monetary gain as anything different than people depicting child acts and drawings for their own monetary gain. Is it okay to draw lollies as long as there are some abuse statistics from Google next to it? People asking you not to film scenes of implied children is not shying away from the issue. I believe it is, but we can disagree on that. We are all aware that this happens in your depictions of this. This is not true. Not everyone is aware of what goes down. Not everyone is aware of the feelings and the experiences. And that is what I'm trying to show. Because I think it is those very experiences that make people care. It is what made me care. I started doing this because of the emails I was getting from survivors about their abuse stories. That is what affected me. I believe that is what my audience takes from my videos. And I think, I don't think we are all aware that this happens, at least not to the extent at which it does happen. And I didn't even go into detail. I could have, there are mutilations, there is torture, there is things that cannot even be presented in a medium that happens to survivors. It just can't be depicted. And I'm trying my best to show those depictions to people who otherwise wouldn't have cared. And I did what I could. I put trigger warnings. I even separated the YouTube version from the Vimeo version, and I say, if you go to my Patreon looking for uncensored content, that is what you are going to find. And it is my personal belief that more books, movies, TV shows, music, any medium that shows more of the truth of what is happening to anything. It can be any topic, CSA, war, anything. That is only helpful to humanity, because then humanity will understand, okay, this is why we need to care about this. Like, I don't think, that is to say, I don't think CP should be available to people. I think that is crossing a line that goes beyond. I don't think we should draw, I don't think there should be artists who draw loli porn. I don't think there should be porn stars that are above the age but pretend to be like below their age. I don't think cuties should be illegal. Cuties should be illegal. I agree. That is child exploitation. Learning history is important. Learning how awful the world is important. Unlicensed morgue, exactly. That is what I'm trying to get at. Okay. It would also be great if you responded to issues like a human rather than having AI or someone else proofread your responses, because we all know you don't actually talk like this from your... Dogs! I'm so sorry, y'all. Give me just a sec. Why are we fighting? Why are we fighting? No. Sorry, they're getting worked up because I'm getting worked up. They can sense my passion. Give me 1 sec. I'm just gonna separate them. Okay. Sorry about that, everybody. So, first of all, this right here is just, I feel like I'm being clear. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry about that, y'all. I had to go pee. I washed my hands. Okay, anyways, where were we? It'd also be great if you responded to issues like a human rather than having an AI or someone else proofread your responses, because we all know you don't actually talk like this from your videos. So I will say, these responses I am making, they are structured by GPT-4. I will admit they are structured by an AI, but the points I am making are me. Like, if I didn't have GPT-4 helping me with structuring, I would have been just as emotionally charged, and I was just as emotionally charged as a mushroom here. And ChatGPT helped me to make my points more cohesive, and it allows me to communicate the ideas that are important rather than filling it with personal anecdotes. So that is why I'm having an AI proofread my responses, because it helps. And if you had ChatGPT proofread your responses, it would probably tell you you know, it would probably help you structure your message better to where I can get to the heart of what you're saying rather than you filling it with personal anecdotes, which you do down here. Okay. So I responded, "It's evident you feel strongly about this issue, as do I. I want to take the opportunity to address your points and hopefully clarify the intention behind my work. The concept of re-victimization is one that I'm intimately familiar with, both from research and personal experiences. It's a real painful phenomenon that we must take into account whenever we approach such delicate topics. However, the character in the scene you've referred to is not a child, but an AGI portrayed by a consenting adult. This crucial distinction is what separates the depicted narrative from any sort of child exploitation. I also feel like even if it wasn't an AGI, it still isn't child exploitation because it's storytelling, it's fiction, it's trying to get to the heart of the horrors of human trafficking. GPT helps me speak to my girlfriend." Say Pedro, that's so funny. But anyway, we'll continue the conversation in a sec. But the fight against human trafficking is far from being won. It's a monstrous industry that continues to thrive despite our best efforts. That is why I create my content the way I do. I want it to reach a mass audience. I want us all to have more conversations about this subject. And I want people to know how disturbing and horrifying it is. Because I feel the more people that do, the more people that will care. Many existing methods of raising awareness have fallen short or become obscured by less meaningful distractions. This is exactly why I've taken the route of creating visceral, realistic narratives, not to exploit or fetishize the horrors, but to capture their gravity and the urgent need for action. I've worked with survivors who have shared their painful experiences with me, all the while encouraging me to portray their struggles in a way that can be understood by the average person. They are the heart of this project, and their experiences deserve to be told with courage, sincerity, and respect. Your concerns are important to me, and they are. That is why we're having this dialogue. That is why I'm responding to them. If I didn't care, I would just be deleting your posts and going on with my day. But I care about this issue, and I want us to have a conversation about it. Anyway, your concerns are important to me. However, my core audience, comprising largely of parents and victims of abuse, have expressed their continued support for the project. They believe, as I do, that shedding light on these dark realities can lead to change. The comparison to lolly porn is troubling because it misses the core intent behind the film. The depiction of the character in the scenes isn't for sexual gratification or fetishization, but to portray the disturbing truth of a real-world issue. While it's crucial to avoid gratuitous or exploitative content, we can't let this fear prevent us from showing the harsh realities victims face. And I believe that wholeheartedly. I also wish Mushroom was here to clarify, but we'll keep going down the discussion because they added more, and we'll talk about it. As for the monetary aspect, the funds raised through Patreon are used solely to support the project and to fuel its impact. They're not a personal gain, but a means to fund research, amplify the message, and bolster real-world change. Films are costly to produce, and having the necessary funds ensures we can continue to work towards raising awareness and driving action against human trafficking. With all that said, I'm always open to growth and learning. This is a complex issue, and I don't claim to have all the answers. This is true. All right? If my videos are causing harm, or the scenes I'm portraying in my videos are causing harm, I want to be shown that, and I want to not do that. But it feels like this person is just taking a personal offense to the scene and then saying your videos are harmful because this reason, but really it's because you take offense to it. Now, these reasons are important that you gave, but you are not providing any evidence to support your claims, and those claims are just opinions. Like if you can present some facts or cite some studies and show that, hey, films that depict, assault scenes actually is harmful to the whole of humanity, I won't make them. Like, I don't want my videos to be harmful. There's no point making these videos if they're harmful. Like, there's no point in me doing this work. Like, there are so many better ways at making money. I'm picking one of the worst industries to make money in. If that's my goal, is to make money. But I continue. I'm wholly committed to creating meaningful, impactful work that speaks to the heart of the matter, and if there are alternative ways to achieve this, I'm more than willing to consider them. If you can suggest a method of portrayal that faithfully represents the realities of human trafficking and leaves a lasting impression on a mass audience, I genuinely invite you to share it with me. My primary goal is to catalyze as much change as possible, and that's the driving force behind my current approach. However, I remain open to new perspectives and strategies that can help amplify the impact of my work. In this pursuit, your contribution could be invaluable. We may not see eye to eye on the specifics, but I believe we share a common goal: to make a difference in the fight against human trafficking. All right. Do any of you disagree with what I just read to you? Or do any of you have arguments against what I was saying? Mama, if your videos are harmful, then stuff like I spit on your grave are way more harmful. Quick question. Will this stream stay available for patrons to watch at a later time? Yes. Because it do be 3 a.m. and I have work today. I'm so sorry. Yes, it will be available for patrons at a later time. Now you bring up great points. If mom's content is harmful, all Cannibal Corpse's members should be in jail. Dude, makes content. I now have a real direction in my life and now know what I'm going to do with it. That's awesome. Now, I see a comment here from someone in the chat named Vil. Says, I mean, you probably understand how disturbing they are, right? I want to pin this message. Okay. So, Vil, you are talking about my content, correct? And also, are you a mushroom? We're not going to corner you. If you are, I actually want to have a meaningful conversation about this. So, Vil, yes, your content. Also, no, I'm not. Okay. Yes, I do understand how disturbing my content is. That is purposeful. I'm on your side, by the way. Oh, okay. Okay. You're good then. But yeah, the disturbing aspect is purposeful. Like, I can't tell you how much shit I get for making my content disturbing or showing scenes like they are describing. I don't do it because I want to make like horror movies. Oh, I don't even like horror movies that much. All right. If anything, I like action, adventure, thriller, drama, way more. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure the base of these arguments come from MamaMax only wants money. MamaMax only wants to make horror movies. And MamaMax is willing to exploit children to do so. I think these are where these arguments are coming from. Like I said, if I wanted to make money, I'm in the worst industry to do so. I am like just if I made any other content, my life would be so much easier. I wouldn't have to deal with all this criticism about like I'm not portraying it properly. I wouldn't have to deal with all this criticism about you're taking money from children and exploiting them. I do this because I care. I've continued to do this because I care. And I think this is one of the most important issues on the planet is protecting our children. It is, and You Can't Hurt Me is going to be all about this. You're going to see it in the coming projects. It just feels like these comments like these and criticisms like these are think I'm just in it for the money, and I'm in it for the horror movies. I'm very passionate about filmmaking. I think I can use my skills to address these problems the way they should be portrayed. Vil asks, opinion on minors watching your content. If minors can watch my content and feel empowered by it, I want them to watch it. If I don't want children who are going to be traumatized by my content to watch it. That's the point of all the trigger warnings. That's the point of making it like creepy and disturbing from the get-go, is to let the audience instantly know this is what you're going to get hit with. If you don't like it, leave. And that's what a lot of people do, is they see, oh, this is about human trafficking, I click off. Like, Vil says, yes, exactly why I watch. Minor also empowered. Awesome. I'm glad it does. Like that is the point, is to educate, empower, and entertain. That is what I'm trying to do here. And if I'm not doing that, I want to fix it. Speculating. Mushroom was viscerally impacted and is accusing Mom of exploitation for money instead of avoiding stuff with trigger warnings. I am pretty sure a mushroom is, after reading the response here, I'm pretty sure a mushroom is in communities with my ex-partners. And out of respect for their privacy, I'm not going to talk about them. But they talk about them in this post, or at least mention one of them. And we'll get into it. So, immediately off the bat, they are emotionally charged, saying, the more you respond, the more I realize how painfully ignorant you are to reality. Mushroom, I invited you to talk with me about this so that I can learn and that I can change my direction if I need to. Starting off the conversation with the more you respond, the more I realize how painfully ignorant you are to reality is the worst way to get someone to listen to you. If you want me to listen to what you're saying, what you should have done was ran this through ChatGPT in a way that would get me to listen to you. And but even still, I'm trying to address you and listen to you. But I'm just saying, anyone who argues like, oh, you're just using ChatGPT and you're not a real human. The power of ChatGPT is so powerful, and for me personally, it allows me to communicate my intentions and my points without being emotionally charged like you're being. But we'll get into it. Even still, I'm going to address these concerns because I think it is important. I maybe would have been able to eventually overlook this, but your responses are just digging you into a hole that has now made me question your intentions with each video you've made. I don't see how anything in my responses gave you that inclination, because I was inviting you to talk to me about this. And I ran my points through ChatGPT because I wanted to be sure I was being clear in communicating my points to you. But okay. I don't think you are as familiar with re-victimization as you claim to be. That or you do not care about what you found. You've used your CSA audience as a shield for too long. You are aware your audience is primarily children and you claim to take direction from your child audience. Okay, first of all, my audience is not primarily children. My content is age restricted and demonetized and filtered through all hell just to make it to you guys. And according to my analytics, most of you are over the age of 21. Most of you. Now, that's not to say that there aren't children in my audience. I do want more children in my audience. I want to empower children who have gone through these crimes. And I want them to feel like they are no longer prey. All right? Because children are not prey. Children are very powerful, and I think they need to realize that. Anyway, and you claim to take direction from your child audience, but you also have said in your IMView video that kids are dumb and corporeally incapable of knowing what is good for them. This is true. Kids are notoriously bad at knowing what is good for them. I don't disagree with that. So if children are stupid, why are you taking direction from a demographic that isn't emotionally developed enough to know what is and is not healthy, a healthy coping mechanism? Something being cathartic does not make it inherently good, healthy, or healing. I don't necessarily disagree with that. There is truth in that. Something that is cathartic is not necessarily good, healthy, or healing. Now, based on the feedback I get from my audience, the content y'all have watched, y'all have said is healthy and healing to some of you. Most of you, I assume that's why my videos do well with you guys. And I'm not taking direction from a demographic that is primarily children. Most of my audience are not children. I would like to build a larger child audience, but I understand that will require a completely different kind of content that is not traumatizing to children. That is something I will try to work on in the future. My videos are way too scary for children. And I know that. I am trying to reach out to child survivors who are now adults, parents, and any children that are currently dealing with these issues but don't know how to express it, or don't know who to talk to about it, or don't know, they just don't know. And I want to be able to be the one to tell them, talk to someone. Like, that is why the top of my description leads to a video filled with resources that tells the children watching, hey, I'm so sorry what you've gone through. Please take these steps and your life will be better. So there's that. And more questions on being re-victimization. Didn't you use CSA survivors as decoys in the past? During kids chat, what was the thought process behind including alleged audio clip of a child being to death? Is it a real clip? If so, how do you not consider this re-victimization? Okay, so this whole thing has nothing to do with human trafficking. These are all personal offenses you've taken to my content, and that's okay. You can take personal offense to my content. And you can ask these questions. Now, some of these things you're asking have to do with other people who have private lives that I'm not going to talk about out of respect for their privacy and their safety. I'm not going to jeopardize that, okay? But I will try to address some of these things. Didn't you use CSA survivors as decoys in the past? So I'm pretty sure they are getting this information from one of my ex-partners who did the decoy work. Now, at the time, I did not know if she was a CSA survivor or not. I just met her on my Discord. I said, hey, would you like to do a job? She's a consenting adult. She agreed, and she played the decoy for one or two of my videos, I'm pretty sure. But are you accusing me of using CSA survivors as decoys? Because if I did, I had no knowledge of it. All I can tell you is that Every decoy is a consenting adult. Every single one. Anyway, during Kiss Chat was the thought process behind including alleged audio clip of is it a real clip? The one you are being showed in the video is not real. The one I heard was real. That's why I tried to separate the two clips of me listening to it, or after I listened to it, with the audio clip that I played. The audio clip that I played was not real. I never put the real thing in my videos, except for Puppy Stomp. I thought that was necessary. That was important to show, because you can't really recreate that with effects. That is just, Puppy Stomp was a whole other thing. But instead of asking, how do you not consider this re-victimization? Instead, you should tell me how you think it portrays, or how you think it leads to re-victimization. That way I can try to understand your arguments better. This is why putting your response through ChatGPT would have been helpful. So most of you in the chat are like, see what I'm dealing with. I get it. I'm trying to understand where they're coming from, but they're not here in the chat. It doesn't look like, yeah, it feels like most of this is emotionally charged and very personal. Like, you included, why even include this? Now, I'll answer the question. It's because it's the truth, and that is why I presented it. Or that's why I told the audience that, was because it was the truth. Now, we can talk about all of the stuff they put in their video that showed much of my personal life, my personally identifying information. We can talk about how they doxed me and my family. We can talk about how they released non-consensual pictures they took of me and shared them publicly. All of that I've never done to my ex-partners. So if you want to talk about something, you should talk about that. With that said, I don't think Believe All Abusers presented the best of me. I acknowledge the fact my tone in that video was annoyed and angry. And when you deal with your ex-partners stalking you and harassing you and doing everything they did to me for years, making allegations, deleting them over the years, making new ones when the original ones didn't work, reaching out to commentary channels on a mass scale to get them to cover the video, I think you can understand why I was so annoyed in that video. Dealing with this shit for years, after all the shit they put you through, and you don't even go into detail of what they put you through. I don't want to talk about my ex-partners. It's a topic that caused me a lot of grief. And I want to respect their privacy. I know they have shown a distinct disregard for my own privacy. I don't care. I'm going to respect their privacy. I kindly ask all of you to respect their privacy as well. I don't want to deal with them anymore. If they want to keep talking about me, that's fine. I don't want to be like them. And y'all can determine from actions instead of words who is guilty and who is innocent. Just look at actions instead of words. That's all I ask. Anyway, what about people like me who are CSA survivors but are disagreeing with you? This is exactly what I want to have a conversation about, and why I want to have a conversation with you, a mushroom. I want to talk with people who disagree with me. Now, I want to determine if your disagreements are personal grudges or personal offenses, or if they are based on scientific data and evidence that shows my content is harmful. If saying that what you're doing with the most recent video is harmful and exploitative. Exactly. If you can say that, I want you to provide evidence or show scientific data that content like mine or portraying scenes like mine is harmful to the whole of humanity. That is what I want. Because I don't want to keep making those scenes if they are harmful. I don't want my videos to be harmful. There's no point doing this if my videos are harmful. And I want to change if they are harmful. Okay? Now, I've said enough on that. Anyway. What do y'all think so far? Sorry, I just went off on a tangent. I'm just so involved in the conversation. I want to address these points. I know I'm being passionate. I know I'm being a little aggressive, but I am passionate about it. That is why. I don't want to gang up on this person. I want to just have this conversation. You've made me even more proud to be a supporter. Phantom99, you are too kind. Thank you so much. Necro asks, what do you think about Sentient Toaster's question? Let me see. Sentient Toaster, I can't find your question. Could you re-ask it? And I will get to it. Lando says, hi Max, I just wanted to say you're my biggest inspiration for my content. I'm aspiring to be a filmmaker myself. Thank you for what you do. Never stop doing it. Lando X, thank you so much. I wish you the best on your filmmaking ventures. Mythic Hysteria says, I agree with your points. Thank you. Unlicensed Morgue says, Mushroom's argument isn't stable. Your points make sense. Okay, Sentient Toaster asks, why the hell are you telling her our story that is not okay? That is very bad, dude. Oh, okay, you're being facetious. I see. L says, as someone who was assaulted as a teen, your videos have been healing and given me a sense of relief. I think your videos showcase everything in a way that's not harmful or glorifying anything. Thank you, L. I'm glad you think so. Sentient Toaster says, I'm not. I want an answer. I think it's important to show the truth. I think it's important to show the reality of what happens to children. I think we shouldn't go to sexualize them like Cuties does. I don't think we should sexualize them like Loliporn does. Max, I think... Oh, okay. I mean, I don't think I said anything about the R word. I'm pretty sure I just if I'm remembering correctly, I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure I said the book she was talking about, the book I showed her had had raps about killing the dude who abused her. I'm pretty sure that's what I said, but if I'm wrong, please correct me. I didn't want to bring that up. I didn't want to bring any of that up. But they, like I said in the video, they chose to make a public video. They chose to make public tweets. All I did all I was trying to do anyway. I know I was annoyed and aggressive in my response, and that's why I unlisted the video. But I think it was important to show, no, this is the person that I was talking about. You know who I'm talking about. Don't try to lie about it. Or don't try to, maybe you're not lying, maybe you're just got your memories mixed up. But this is the truth. This is who I was talking about. And if he is the guy that did those things to you, his face deserves to be on that video. I don't think I purposefully did not go into gratuitous detail like they did to me with everything they did. I chose to hold back besides what I thought was necessary in the context of my response. Sentient Toaster, I understand, but it is the truth. I was trying to tell the truth of the situation, and that was the truth. Thank you, Necro. I don't, and that is why, again, I understand that video was aggressive in tone, and like I said, I had been dealing with them for years. And I had 1 week to make the video. And that's how the video turned out. I'm not proud of it, but all I did was give my recollection from that time in my life. Sentient Toaster, I would like to ask if you are a mushroom, and if you are, I would like to talk more about the important subject of human trafficking rather than personal anecdotes of the past. Vil says, if the person already... I don't want to talk about my ex-partners, guy. I didn't want to make this stream about them. I know some people want answers for certain things, and that's okay. But at the end of the day, this was all personal stuff that they dragged into the public that I tried to respond to the best of my ability with what I had to deal with, and still not even going into detail of what they give to me or what they did to me, besides what was necessary in the context of my defense. But I don't want to be like them. I want to respect their privacy, and it's okay. It's okay. You can bring it up. I just, yeah, maybe we should move on. So anyway, what about people like me who are CSA survivors but are disagreeing with you, saying that what you are doing with the most recent video is harmful and exploitative? That is the very reason why we're having this conversation. It is the very reason why I decided to live stream, because I want to have a conversation about this. I want to know what is harmful and exploitative, because I do not want to do those things. But as my chat is saying, and as I have felt, the scenes like the ones I portrayed, I feel are necessary to show to the world at large. Because the world at large likes to put their time and attention into Kim Kardashian, or put their time and attention to movies that have nothing to do with this. And I think this subject is too important. I think children are too important. And I think knowing what goes down in the reality that we live in is extremely important. I think the truth is so important. New topic. Do you play any video games, and do you like the new Diablo? Dude, I fucking love the new Diablo. God, dude. Diablo 4, I don't like supporting Blizzard, but oh my god, dude. I love Diablo 4. I play that every night, man. Elden Ring enjoyer? Yes, I am. Yeah, you know what? This is all, I get that this is all, like, a lot. I'm sorry, guys. I wanted to get to the rest of this. I can see y'all are already moving on. Y'all get me, correct? Is there anything in the response of a mushroom or elephants never forget that I need to address? Because I wanted to talk about these things. I was hoping a mushroom was going to be in the chat today to talk more about their points. But if you're all good, if we're all good here and we can move on, then we can go on to talking about video games or whatever y'all like. I just wanted to, I don't know. It just sucks being criticized when you genuinely care. When you genuinely care about these topics and you're trying your best and you can't make money off monetization because YouTube hates you, and you can't find sponsorships because they think you're weird, and you have to ask for the support of your audience because you literally cannot do this without that. It is hard. And I understand the need to criticize and observe people like me who are in positions of power and influence on a very important issue. I think it's a good conversation to have, and I think we should look at influencers and industry leaders and corporations with a more hypercritical lens like this, where you are not sure of their intentions. I think that is very healthy. Anyway. Caitlin Pierce says you're avoiding the part about your funding. I'm not avoiding anything. I want to read the rest of this. Everyone in the chat is saying they want to move on. But if you want me to read the part about the funding, let's go to it. And you are in fact getting monetary gain. You've told us in your Q&As that you do YouTube full-time. So unless you have recently taken up a full-time job that pays all of your living expenses, you are profiting off of this. If you are really trying to only fund your project, then a less shady and scammy way of doing so would be laying out the cost of the film and writing and starting a GoFundMe to reach a set monetary goal instead of asking for monthly ongoing support for a project you already admit is halfway done. We have no idea when it is fully funded or not, due to there being no transparency about the cost. This is like how free trials get people. If you ask people to sub to your Patreon just to fund the project after the project is over, they'll just forget and their card will keep getting charged. So is your problem with Patreon specifically? You have a problem with me asking for money on Patreon instead of GoFundMe? Because lots of other people have Patreons. And let's just address the elephant in the room. Do I use my Patreon money to pay my living expenses? Yes, because I do this full time. Because I don't make money off YouTube. Yes, it pays for my living expenses in my office where I live. This is where I work. But all of the work I do is dedicated to this work. If I wanted to, like I said, if I wanted to make money, if my goal was to make money, I would be in the freaking stock market, or I would be making content that's friendly for the algorithm. Dude, you know how much money I could make off of ASMR videos? I don't do ASMR videos because I think the message we are spreading is important. I think what we are doing here is important. I don't like asking for Patreon money. I have to because I don't make money on YouTube like all other YouTubers do. I don't make money off sponsorships like all other YouTubers do. This is my only funding, and I use this funding to make these projects. Are you all good with that? Okay, Caitlin Pierce, are you a mushroom? Vajanti says, if you don't want to give Max money, then stop being a patron. True. The spider centaur says my brain hurts. Where'd they go? Let's not gang up on Caitlin Pierce. I just want to know if they are a mushroom, and I want to have a conversation about the important subjects here. The more I hear this commenter, the more it seems like an undercover hater trying to see what you're doing. That's how it feels. I don't want to believe that. I want to believe you are here and you are supporting me because there's something, you see something in me, but you just can't trust me because of all these, maybe like you heard something from a commentary channel about how MamaMax is Money Max. I've gotten that a lot of times before. It's fine. I'm still going to be here doing the work I do. Okay, so I'm going to assume you are a mushroom. Can we have a conversation about the more important subject here? Because I addressed this, right? I addressed it. And yeah, like Reginald Hansen says, it's all right to be critical. Please be critical. We need more critical people. So the thing about the commentary community, I think they're so valuable, but I think so much of them just have the same issues as all these other influencers, like narcissistic behaviors and lying and misinforming their audience. But I feel like commentary channels, if done right, they could be so useful because we need to be critical. We need to be more critical with all of our influencers and all of these social media personalities who like you're accusing me of gaining money for exploiting children. Like we need that lens for more people in power on social media. Yeah, please get some sleep, guys, if y'all are up late. I don't want to keep y'all up. I'm so sorry. I started this late. I just wanted to... It was Friday night. I felt like, okay, maybe there'll be people up at Friday night. So Caitlin has disappeared. I guess they are a mushroom and they don't want to talk here, at least. I'm sure I'll see a post about me later, how I'm wrong and stupid. But I just want to have a conversation here. If there's something to fix, I want to fix it. MamaMax, why don't you respond to them or email them? Patreon gives you their email. Because I don't want to be accused of just running my responses through ChatGPT. That's why I'm doing this live stream, to talk to them as a human being. I guess I don't have to run my responses through ChatGPT and see if it's optimal, but that's the best way to get your points across, especially in written, especially in text. I wanted to have this conversation live because I want y'all to I want y'all to see my facial expressions. I want you to read read me. Please read me. Read my body language. Read my micro expressions. Like, I want to do better. I know in the past I've made mistakes with my content. Maybe I went too much this way or did too much that, but I care. I care about this subject, and I want to be better at portraying it. Jennifer says, to be honest, I feel that a mushroom was just an undercover hater, to be honest. I don't want to believe that. I mean, they're willing to donate money so they can post these essays, and I want to have a conversation about it. Like Lex Friedman taught me, having conversations is so powerful. Where instead of we hide in our little communities and we just associate with ourselves, we should have a conversation with each other. And I want to have more conversations with more people. That's why I want to start a podcast interviewing survivors and experts in the field of AI on how we can address the AI issues in regards to children. Layla Adams says, I'm so lost and late to this. Sorry. You don't have to be sorry. By the way, guys, if you want to re-upload this live stream or clip any parts of this live stream and re-upload it anywhere, you are allowed to. I just wanted to have a conversation with you guys, so that way it's a more small community that we can address these questions, and then later on we can have a broader conversation about these subjects, which will be part of You Can't Hurt Me. We will be addressing these directly. Okay. All y'all want to move on, so we can move on. Let's move on. Would you ever consider returning to doing Life Sucks / remaking old Life Sucks? I think about it all the time, Aaron. I really do. There's even times I wrote scripts out for an entire new Life Sucks video, and I just never do it, just because I'm on a path that I feel has it's more important to me, I feel. And I feel just I'll explain everything in the first part of You Can't Hurt Me. Maybe we'll do more Life Sucks in the future. But right now I'm prioritizing empowering and educating children, just because I feel it's so important right now, just with AI going crazy and everything, and children are literally the most valuable asset to humanity. They are the literal future. We need more people caring about children and the welfare of children. That's what this girl's all about. She really hit the nail on the head. Educating and empowering children is the greatest thing we can do for the future. And that's why I'm so passionate about it. Vil said, "Do you read PMs on Patreon? I messaged you a while back. I'm not sure if you ignored on purpose or just." Dude, I get so many messages on Patreon. I haven't responded or got to most of the messages just because there's so many, and I have been prioritized. I assume y'all would rather just me work on the project rather than just spend all day responding to y'all. I know y'all have important things to say. I understand the gravity of what's being said in those messages, and I want to address all of them through You Can't Hurt Me. Like, I want You Can't Hurt Me to be the piece that you can go to whenever you have questions or concerns, or you want to do this yourself. So please, if I don't respond to you in email or messages, it's not just you. I promise. Like, I have literal thousands of messages that I've not gotten to, and that's just because I feel I should address all of them in a new video or with a live stream like this. Mike from that chapter answers all my messages. Are you sure? Are you sure it's him? And it's not someone on his team doing it? Oh, you're just kidding. Okay. Okay, anyway. Let's continue with these questions. So you said something about using AI in your upcoming hunting of pedos, but how are you going to do that? Voice printing? Like I said before, most of the benefit I see from AI is through bots we can make to monitor apps like IMVU, Kids Chat, MyLOL, making bots that monitor the behaviors of users, pretending to be other users, and seeing if they portray behaviors like, is this dude a pedophile? Is this dude portraying behaviors that indicative of a pedophile? I think we can get a lot of use from AI like that, like chatbots that monitor specific apps, like basically like pedo hunting bots. Nothing that allows them to have autonomy, nothing that allows them to say anything harmful. But I think that could be a great preventative measure for grooming. Another is just LLMs like ChatGPT are so useful when structuring narratives, outlines, scripts. For structuring, ChatGPT is amazing. Like, I love just using ChatGPT just to help me structure my chaotic flow of thoughts into a medium that is consumable for other people. Now, I understand some of you have concerns about like generative AI like Midjourney. That's a whole conversation we can have. But I want to show y'all something. So, this is the mask from You Can't Hurt Me, the short film, the teaser. Hand painted by me and my friends. You like it? It was hand painted by me and my friends. It was 3D printed by a local 3D printer and a team that was so helpful. It was designed by a 3D modeler on Fiverr who I credited. Everyone's credited on the making of this mask in the credits. But this mask, the concept for this mask was generated by Midjourney. The concept for this mask was generated by Midjourney. Now, I understand the implications of using Midjourney. People argue that it's stealing from artists and exploiting artists. I don't disagree with all that, but it is not going away. Generative AI is here to stay. Future generations will literally be using generative AI to make new art. And I think generative AI can be very powerful to make different kinds of art. And this is an example of that. Like, this concept was generated by Midjourney. And I just prompted it a few different times saying, I want a panther skull. I want a panther skull mixed with a shark skull with shark teeth. I want a dragon. It put all of those things together. And a few human artists later, this is what came out. Put it on. So this is the power of generative AI. A lot of artists are exploited, yes, but it can also create jobs for other kinds of artists and create new kinds of art. And I think if generative AI is here to stay, we might as well make the most of it while still supporting human artists. And this is how we did that. And I want y'all to know I will never stop supporting human artists. I'm a human artist. But AI is here to stay. Generative AI is here to stay. Might as well use it to make new kinds of art. That is my view on the subject. I'm sorry that I used generative AI, but I'm not going to stop using it for concepts because it is so powerful for concepts. Now, I know that puts concept artists out of work. And I don't want to put concept artists out of work. But just the amount of revisions that an AI can do in like as little as a few minutes, it's just crazy. And if it helps support artists in the long term, I think we should use AI to help other human artists if we can, because it's, whether you like it or not, corporations and scam artists are going to use generative AI, and they're not going to support anyone. But I will let y'all know now that I'm always going to support human art because this shit is so freaking cool. I mean, I'm going to support both human art and AI art because that's it is sad the implications that has on like concept artists and animators, and it is very sad. Art is going to change, but that's also like, it's also going to be cool, I think, because it's going to allow artists to make new kinds of art. Are you going to be a character in the film? So over time, I've put myself less and less in videos just because I don't want to be making myself into the hero of the story, you know? I don't want to be a hero. Like I've even said in my videos, if anything, I'm just the bad guy that hurts other bad guys. So I put myself less and less in the content besides the voiceovers, just because I don't want to make it seem like I'm trying to be the hero. I'm not a hero. I'm not the hero. You guys are the heroes. You survivors are the heroes. What did I survive? Friggin' bullying in middle school, but I have never experienced something like CSA, and those are the real heroes. Even a mushroom here who says they are a CSA survivor and going out of their way and sharing their voice that needs to be heard. I think that's very important, and that's very empowering, and that's awesome. Y'all are the heroes. I'm just the artist. I'm just the filmmaker who's putting y'all's stories into one cohesive narrative. That's all I'm trying to do. Now, Sentient Toaster says, if you've never experienced that, why are you sharing stories that are private? Like you don't know how they would have felt about that. Well, I think most of you who are supporting me want me to share these stories. And I think they're stories that need to be shared. I think that spreading awareness is very important, but also powerful stories that can change the landscape of humanity. Sentient Toaster, I want to move on from that. I enlisted the video. I don't think what I did was cool. I was just trying to tell the truth of the situation. Now, let's move on from that. All right? I'm not proud of it. But I felt it was necessary. But anyway, AI art's cool, but human artists, I believe, will never go away. And I think we should support both advanced in technologies and human artists. And it can synergize into new, cool, crazy art that's awesome. So yeah. Anyway, besides Hotline Miami, what is your favorite video game? Also, bonus question, have you seen the new Mortal Kombat game that's coming out in September? If so, what is your opinion on it? So, besides Hotline Miami, I mean, I don't play Hotline Miami all the time, guys. I mean, Hotline Miami was awesome in my young 20s, early 20s. I got all the achievements, and the music was banging, got me into a whole new genre of music. But what I play now, so I just, for the past year, obviously been playing Elden Ring. Fucking awesome game. Sorry to swear, but just Elden Ring's so good, man. Obviously, if I like Elden Ring, I like all the Dark Souls. I'm excited for the new Armored Core. That's gonna be sick. I'm excited for that new Elden Ring DLC. That's gonna be awesome. I've been playing, like I said, I've been playing Diablo 4. So much fucking fun after a long day. My gosh. What else? Doom Eternal. I've been literally every day I go to the gym, I just put on a freaking Doom Eternal mix, and just go ham. It helps so much. Mig Gordon is a freaking amazing artist. Hope I can work with him someday. Please play Ultra Kill. That sounds awesome. I might. Have you beat Melina? Yes, of course. Who do you think was the main inspiration for Dora? Like, do you not see the did you not see the inspiration? I probably should put Elden Ring as one of the inspirations. Yeah, Melina is awesome. What do you mean? Sorry, not Melina. Melania. That's who you're talking about. Sorry. My boyfriend's freaking out over the fact you live the Dark Souls series. Dude, yeah, it's so freaking awesome. Look, like, are you a fan of Bo Burnham? I like Bo Burnham. He's funny. He also seems very intelligent. He's very good at meta humor. Anyway, let's keep scrolling down. I don't want to leave all these guys out. So, about how often will you be uploading? I understand that it takes a while because your production value is insane. Are you a film student or do you go to school for film production? I did not. I'm self-taught. I believe the best film school is just making your first film and then realizing how shitty it was and making your second and just keep going, keep making films. You'll get better at it. I'm not a film student, never gone to film school. I wouldn't spend y'all's money on all that shit. How often I'll be uploading, I'm trying to do every few months. Every like 2 to 3 months, I want to have an upload up. I don't want any more of these year-long stretches where I don't upload. Hi, Mama. Thank you so very much for everything you do. I really appreciate the passion you exude in each and every video. Your character is outstanding, and it is truly amazing to watch the vitality you present when taking down the most disgusting members of our society. My question for you is, how do you personally recommend dealing with and avoiding abusers? I know you've unfortunately faced many in your own life, as well as now take them down for a living, so I want to know what those experiences have taught you moving forward about them and their bad behaviors. Thanks. I would say stay off the internet. I know that's too broad and too silly, but it's true. I was not allowed on the internet when I was a kid. That is probably why I was not groomed. And with just the sheer amount of groomers out there, I feel any kid that's on the internet, it's only inevitable. And I don't think kids should be on the internet, at least not in the capacity where they can interact with other people. And I know that's why YouTube removed comments from YouTube Kids, and well, it had something to do with that. Also, I think it really sucks because it also matters what womb you're born into, like who your parents are. Like if you were raised with parents who know the dangers, they're probably going to keep you safe, as long as they're good parents. And I'm grateful that a lot of you are good parents and teaching your kids powerful lessons that will keep them safe. I think just the womb you're born into matters a lot, and the parents you have matter a lot. I think if you have good parents, they'll keep you safe usually. But at the same time, just there's so many friggin' predators on the internet, dude. There's so many. I think once I have children, I'm going to keep them off the internet. It's just too much. Too much. There's too many of them. Too many groomers. Unlicensed Mark said, well, yeah, don't exist. There are good parents out there. There's good parents out there, guys. I'd say my parents were pretty cool, pretty good at keeping me safe from predators. So yeah. Get Controlio on your kid's PC. Exactly. Dude. Like my kids, they'll play video games. They can have access to Elden Ring. No online though. No online. I know you can't really text in Elden Ring, but still. I don't want some 40-year-old teabagging my son's character on Elden Ring or whatever. Hey, hi Max. I do have a few questions and they're pretty small. How do you like your eggs? I love my eggs sunny. In a little mold where you can put it like the McDonald's egg sandwiches. I love those. Love my eggs like that. Would you ever consider getting Balenciaga IKEA bag for the funny? No. 3, can we expect you can read to distribute to companies like HBO Max and theaters or in a film festival? Yes to film festivals. Probably not to other streaming platforms unless a production company wants to fund me, which I'm hopeful will happen at some point because, y'all know YouTube. We already had this conversation. But even YouTube, if YouTube wanted to do an original series where I educate and empower children through content that they think is appropriate for that audience, hey, I'd be down for that. I'd be down for, hey, someone put in a good word to YouTube for me. I'm more than willing to put the powerful lessons of my narratives into a medium that is appropriate for a YouTube series. while still retaining the same style. I think we could do that. But thank you, Spider Centaur. I noticed you've enlisted the videos of more general topics, Roly Poly, Sad Sane, Kanye Quest. Does that mean you're done with those kinds of videos? Does not mean I'm done with them. Just I'm trying to prioritize empowering and educating children right now, and parents, obviously. Are you going to respond to any of the concerns being expressed about your new content? Are you going to walk back the way insanely graphic, triggering parts of that film or change the trailers? If not, do you understand the potential harm you could cause to the very people you claim to care about and want to defend? I look forward to trying to make the Q&A so I can reiterate these since my community post is being outright ignored. We already addressed all this. If you want me to walk back the insanely graphic, triggering parts, you will have to present to me some evidence that shows that it is harmful, not potential harm based on your opinion from being triggered. All right, that is, I'm not trying to be mean here, but I put trigger warnings for a reason. I put the uncensored version content on Patreon and not YouTube for a reason. I don't want to cause harm to children or parents or anyone, except pedophiles and people that are willing to harm children. But I listen to scientific data. I listen to evidence. But I'm not going to listen to a dissenting opinion because they were triggered or because they were offended. Like, there's so much more content that is harmful that you could be complaining about, but you're choosing to complain about mine. I understand why, but you need to present more than just how you feel about it. Like Red Pagan Corner just said, these videos are meant to help victims and so many CSA survivors have appreciated your work. Keep up the good fight, Max. Thank you, by the way. And yeah, the trigger warnings are there for a reason, like Mythic Hysteria said. I don't want to cause trauma. I don't want to make you relive trauma if you've been through it. That's why the trigger warnings are there. But if you have been through it and you want to see my content, I will always ensure that the child wins at the end. The survivor will always win at the end. This is basically spoiling any film I make from hereafter, but I want my message to be clear. Okay? Max, assuming you aren't done with your hunt style videos, you need to go down the Lucope 22 rabbit hole. Tons of clear web child exploitation sites spawn from that single phrase. Please help me in getting this shit shut down for good. I will do my best after I'm done with You Can't Hurt Me. But in You Can't Hurt Me, I will be showing y'all how to do what I do. And that way you can do it yourself. You can you can build a whole community around it. You can make videos around it. I will teach you all everything you need to know throughout You Can't Hurt Me. Did you delete your Discord or simply remove all links to it? I thought it would be fun to join your active community. Anyways, I'm also a practicing guitarist / singer, so if I could collaborate with you on creating music or a new song, I would love to get involved. That is so sweet of you. Thank you. If I need help with that, I will let you know. So the deletion of my Discord had to do with a host of issues and people that I'm not going to get into for the sake of their privacy. For me personally, though, my Discord only caused for me, it only caused stress It only caused like problems within the community. There's all these little petty problems that come to the surface from people in the community. I just felt, we all felt, it was a decision by multiple people that deleting the Discord would be the best way to solve those problems and all future problems, because just Discord communities are hard, man, are hard to manage. And I did not have the time to manage it myself. The admins and moderators tried, but there was a lot of infighting. There was a lot. We don't need to go into detail. Just the Discord community felt harmful. And so that is why we chose to delete it. I don't want harmful communities. I don't want to make harmful videos. I'm just out here doing my best. And I'm sorry that it's, I did like having a Discord I could pop in and say hi, but that's what these live streams are for. Live streams are better, I think, where everyone's just like, it's a bit more chill vibe, I think, live streams. Hey, Max, so you guys all have mascots like the rooster and stuff. Are you okay with us making our own? Yeah. Y'all, I don't know if y'all know this, but all of my content is Creative Commons. So that means you can take my content and do whatever you want with it and re-upload it, and you can make money off of it even. All you have to do is credit, and that's it. And I would encourage you all to do that. So, sorry, I didn't get to this. Hi, Mama. I first want to thank you for everything you do. As a CSA survivor who never got justice, your videos are incredibly cathartic for me. Thank you for everything you do. So I have 2 questions. You're very welcome. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry you're a survivor of CSA. To all of you, so sorry if you're a survivor of CSA. It's not cool what happened to you. It's not okay. It's not fair. But, and I'm gonna go into detail on this in You Can't Hurt Me, but I think there's an expression that those who are touched by evil are the only ones who truly know how to stop it, because it is only you guys who will know the true experience, and you will know the true evil that is behind those experiences. And I think in that every survivor is extremely powerful. And I am hopeful that my content can make you all want to give you all a voice. I'm hopeful that that's what it'll do. So anyway, how did you learn to be able to stomach when talking to pedophiles via texting or DMing, or when you used to do the voice chats yourself? How do you control your stomach churning or the fight or flight that occurs? So I am military trained in interrogations. I'm pretty good at disassociating personally, especially since I've not suffered the experience of CSA myself. I don't think so. Honestly, love your dog in the background. Thank you. She's a cutie, huh? Come here. Yes. I think she needs to go out. All right. 1 sec. So that's probably a little bit have to do with it. Yeah. I don't really get to trigger. I don't get triggered at all. Like it's just the job. And it's easy to just laugh it off and be like, God, you're fucking disgusting. And then just knowing the video that's going to get made on them, or that is being made on them, I think will do the world some justice, and that's probably how I get through them. Second question, how did you get your 3 pups? What about them drew you in? What are some unique quirks they have? So, Ruby was my first one. I got her when she was a puppy at the shelter. They're all rescues. I picked her because she was the only puppy in her kennel. Whereas there was another kennel with a shitload of puppies and they were all happy. Her by herself, though, just laying there, just something about that drew me in. And I'm like, I want her. And yeah, took her home. Next was Mr. Raz. He, I just found him on the website and I was like, I want an elder dog. And he's a beautiful little husky mix. He's a handsome old man. And that's what drew me to him. And they brought him over. I fell in love with him. Yeah, I mean, he peed on my couch, but I still fell in love with him. And he was my second rescue. Then the third. Maybe she'll come by. This little girl right here. This little mutt right here. She was a rescue. She had been at her shelter the longest. And so I was like, I'll take her. And she's just too cute. And she keeps Ruby from messing with old man Roz because he can't play as much because his old bones. Yeah, there she is. This is the unicorn from, I don't know if y'all remember, this was in the You Can't Hurt Me teaser. I always find a use for my props. But yeah, that's, they're awesome dogs. They're good little dogs. Hello, Mama. I would very much like for you to answer the following. What kind of AI are you using, thinking of using? Already answered this. Answered this as well. If you're aware that this technology uses stolen work to function, how do you justify using it? I fail to see how explaining the stolen work. We got to all this. We got to all this. AI art is here to stay. The least we can do is use human artists to turn it into, to bring it to life. Hey Max, how can we abroad like me in Australia contribute to awareness and combat the exploitation? Is this happening equally worldwide or in constant? I mean, there are certain countries that certainly have a lot more of a problem than others. But yes, it is a worldwide problem. That's both human trafficking and CSA. James Byrne, it is your question. I mean, you can contribute by spreading the message. You can make your own videos or content about it. Like I said, I will teach you all how to do it yourself in You Can't Hurt Me. But yeah. And as Jennifer said here, also AI art is in its infant stage as of now, and due to such early plagiarism will slip through the cracks, unfortunately. Exactly. We already talked about all this from a mushroom. These are the most likely to be double posted, so I'll be brief. When can we expect Pompey Stomp Part 2? Explained that. Has production wrapped for You Can't Hurt Me? So for You Can't Hurt Me, there's a lot. It's a giant beast that has a whole lot of different moving parts. Like, the podcast I want to start is part of You Can't Hurt Me. And that hasn't even began yet. There's research that's started. The writing is mostly complete in the script. There's just a whole lot of moving part. Like some parts are like done, some parts are like in they're still developing. Some parts haven't even started. That's just because it's such a huge undertaking. But I'll try to get the first part out as soon as possible. Max, you can call upon your community to make stuff for free. I definitely jump into action immediately. You're very sweet, Vil. I do not want to use y'all for free labor. It's very kind of you, but that's not something I'm gonna do. I feel that would be actual exploitation of my audience, and I don't want to do that to y'all. If I do, I would hire you, as I have always done with other artists. I would hire you and pay you fairly. But I will let y'all know if I need help on that front. Will you be hiring any experts in the field of AI to help with factual aspects of the film? I can provide some help in that area if you're interested. I am, as I've been part of publishing a paper utilizing AI before. Yes. The answer to that is yes. Mostly, not really hiring, but mostly interviewing, specifically for the podcast. But I will need all the help I can get, so thank you. To be honest, I have some simple questions. How are you right now? We have not heard from you in a while. Thanks for asking. I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. I'm very happy I got to do this stream with y'all. Y'all have been so loving and supportive and kind and are willing to have conversations with me about these important subjects and y'all's important questions. I appreciate you guys so much. So I'm doing good, especially after this stream. Are there some real life issues because of what you do? Yeah, lots. There's lots of real life issues because of what I do. I don't want to get into them. Like I said, I don't want to make the stream too personal. But yes, real life issues have happened and do happen because of what I do. And I still do it. Why? Maybe because I care about it. Maybe because I realize that children are the most important thing to the future of humanity. Because they are. I wouldn't be doing this otherwise. Because there's so many better ways to make money. There's so much content that I could make that would pop off, I feel. But I don't do it. Because this is more important. If I'm from Europe, is there any other way to assist you? I mean, look, the best thing y'all can do for me is what you've already done. It's subscribe to the Patreon and support this work. It's unfortunate, but we live in a capitalist society where your voting power is your money. I don't like it, but that is the truth of the society we live in. And by being here, y'all have already provided more support than you will ever understand. So thank you. Now, if you really want to go above and beyond, like I said, you can re-upload clips of my videos or my entire videos onto different platforms. Like if you want to upload them to TikTok, you can do that. If you want to upload them to Twitter, Instagram, if y'all want to put in the work to do that, you can keep all the money you make from that work. You can keep all the views. All you have to do is credit me. That's it. Vil asks, are you for trans rights, mama? I'm for the rights of everyone. All right. My only concern is children and punishing those who would harm children. yes, like Necro said, trans people are people too. I have never had a problem with trans people. I've never had a problem with any LGBTQ plus anything. Uh, I know there are some pedophiles that try to say, "Oh, we're with the LGBTQ." No, you're not. No, you're fucking not. You're a piece of shit who deserves to die. Sorry. But yeah, I am. If you're not, someone that's going to harm children, we're probably good. And you know that's not me saying, oh, but what about, are you good with racists then? No, because racists, by definition, they would hate children of another race. So if you are part of any community that would hate a child or even animals, fuck you. So yeah, if you're willing to harm children or any of that shit, fuck you, go die. If you're not, nice to meet you. That has always been my stance. Anyway, how has life been treating you outside of your work, on the film, as well as other videos? Everything has been good. Thank you so much for asking. Botan. I hope I got that right. Courtney says, howdy Max, here's one for you. Apologies if it was already asked and I glanced over it when I scrolled through. Beyond You Can't Hurt Me, I was wondering if you have any other projects, film, music, writing, etc., that you're either planning or currently working on. Dude, I have so many projects that are just like in the background. But yes, I do plan on doing more things, both outside of this project and within this project. I cannot tell you how many scripts I've written on other subjects that I just haven't really fleshed out or gotten to just because my priority has been this. Hi, Mama. Here are my questions for you. First off, love what's been released so far of You Can't Hurt Me. Thank you so much. It's presented beautifully with a great mix of your classic cinematography style as well as more educational and signal-boosting information. And the blending between these contrasting scenes is perfect. After it's fully released, will future projects be more similar to this stylistically? You are so sweet. Thank you, Anteater. Yes. So, I'm a filmmaker, guys. I will always retain my style. You're always going to get the, not the same thing every time. I don't want to do the same thing every time, but you're always going to get the similar feelings to what previous content of mine has brought you. Except hopefully more of that and then some. I know y'all really like my style, and that's why you support my work. I am only getting better at that. So, thank you, Anteater. Secondly, and less work-related, lol. In last Q&A stream, you said you like Deftones. I am a huge Deftones fan myself and was just wondering what your favorite album of theirs is. Fuck, dude, that's a good question. Probably White Pony. Probably. Yeah, I'd say so, White Pony. Or is it White Horse? I think it's White Pony. Pretty sure it's White Pony. I hope I'm right on that. Dang, that's all the questions. Dang, look at that. We got through all of them, guys, and then some. Shoot. I guess it's time for me to go. Goodbye, everyone. I'm just kidding. We can talk a little bit if y'all want. If y'all have any questions in the chat. Reload the page. Dude, I gotta reload the page, but what everyone said, y'all could have asked like 100 more questions. Oh, gosh. All right. Let me reload the page, I guess. Opinions on new Spider-Verse movie. It was freaking awesome. I love that movie. I love all the memes out of that movie. Okay. Okay, Necro. I see you wanted. All right. I'll get to these. All right. Just answered that one. What was the idea for the Latin American theme / setting? The setting is El Paso because I love filming in El Paso. El Paso is beautiful, and it also there's a huge human trafficking problem. I mean, not just here, but in every major city in the United States and globally. But it's I felt it was very close to it's very personal. El Paso was a very personal choice. Part of it was because of Logan. Part of it because El Paso is fucking beautiful. Part of it is because El Paso's right next to Juarez, where a lot of human trafficking takes place. Yeah, that's what inspired it. And plus, I'm trying to study more my Hispanic roots, and I would like to speak the language more. So that all went into that decision. Y'all that are going to bed, y'all have a good night. Thank y'all for joining. Appreciate y'all so much. Off topic, but have you ever heard of OTXO? It's kind of like Hotline Miami, and I think you'd like it. I've never heard of it, but I would love to give it a shot. If it's like Hotline Miami, I'm sure I'll enjoy it. Have you ever had anyone try to come hurt you? In person, no. Online? Yeah. I get threats all the time. But I don't think anyone has tried to come and hurt. If anyone tried to come and hurt me, I would let y'all know. I would probably be on the news because they would be dead. Yeah, if anyone tried to come and hurt me, they're not getting out of that situation alive. I mean, that's just the reality of the situation. I'm inspired by your work. In fact, you were the reason I started hunting pedophiles. That's awesome. Will there be any videos about the pedos on Roblox? So Roblox, yes, I do want to make a video on Roblox. Can't promise anything right now. Just because of You Can't Hurt Me is is my primary objective. But once that's done, we'll see. Like, I am aware that Roblox has so many pedos. Yes. And I think more parents need to know that Roblox has a lot of pedos. But I'm hoping after You Can't Hurt Me, all of you will be equipped to make the kind of content I make. And I'm very excited about that. So look forward to You Can't Hurt Me and everything thereafter. I'm an avid Robloxian. I can help you. Thank you, Reginald. You ever consider releasing scripts for us to read? Maybe. So my scripts are very personal. Lately, I've just been running them through Chat GPT and asking it to give me feedback, just because it's so good with the language and structuring. Like I said before, structuring and outlining, and even like explaining like things you might be doing wrong or things that are go off topic, and this is how like you can make it go back on topic. Like Chat GPT has been so useful. Very excited about where AI is taking us, but also very cautious about where AI is taking us. So that's a bit about why I've been prioritizing You Can't Hurt Me. Well, I already explained that. Y'all know that. Roblox is becoming hell. I bet. I know there's a lot of questions, but has anyone... Yeah, you asked that. What was your favorite filmmaker album? Probably... God, that's hard. I mean, everyone always says The Love Market, and that album was so fucking banger. But he's made a lot more albums that were also so fucking banger. That's a hard question. I'll have to come back to you on that, my guy, Necro. Okay, I'm not refreshing the page. That's enough. I will do something else, though. I will talk to the chat. How's that sound, guys? Are y'all okay with that? Just for a little bit. Just a little talky. Dimensional is so fucking good, man. And Motion Picture Regime is also really good. But yeah, Dimensional, dude. You Can't Hurt Me is going to have a lot of bangers from Dimensional. Best believe. Luna Nuna says, "You're amazing, MamaMax. I hope you're feeling better mentally." Thank you. I'm doing well. Thank you. That's very sweet of you. Ashley, just ask it in the chat. The chat is slow. Y'all are being chill. I can answer anything in the chat. Have you talked to your neighbors about safety concerns? No. Well, a little bit, but we don't usually. I don't go into detail. Just because I think we're safe for the most part. I think we're safe for the most part. My neighbors do keep an eye on what goes around, so I felt like didn't need to get too personal with them. Omnitrope says, "MamaMax, love you so much. What are your pronouns if you're a mama?" Y'all can call me whatever you want. I don't really care. I mean, my official pronouns, I guess, would be he, him. But you can call me she, her if you want. You can call me they, them. You can call me it. I don't care. Yeah, whatever y'all like. Samuel says, "Mom, I can do child voices if you need." Thank you. I will let you know if I ever do. Ashley, oh fuck, I'm trying to get to your question, Ashley, sorry. Where did you come up with the name MamaMax, or why did you choose Mama? Oh, God. I've explained this story so many times. It's okay if you don't know. It's just such a silly story. So I made my channel around the time Filthy Frank was getting popular. And my name on YouTube was Max at the time, I'm pretty sure. And people were calling me Papa Maxu because Filthy Frank was going by Papa Franku. And I guess I made kind of similar stuff of Filthy Frank at the time with my YouTube Hell videos. Not the same, but like similar vibes, I guess. And I'm like, why are y'all calling me Papa Maxu when Mama Max is an alliteration? So that's how I came up with the name. It has, as much as it applies now to like protecting children, it had nothing to do with that. That was just a happy coincidence. I should probably take this off full screen here. Oh, is there any way I can... Let me see if I can get the chat in the window. Where show this one. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to figure out how to show the chat in the... Oh, here we go. Ah, yes. I think that's it. Oh, what did I do? What the heck? Where is it? Oh, does it? Oh, okay. Here we go. Sorry. Let me figure this out. Bear with me, everybody. I'm not an OBS expert. Okay. All right, there we go. I think that's good, right? I'm blocking Malala, but I mean, that's not any better. I'll just keep it up here. Okay. Anyway. Sorry, everybody. Let me get back to your questions. Let me brighten up the place real quick. It doesn't... White screen. Okay. I think that's good, right? Okay. I hope that works for everyone. I'm sorry. Sorry I'm ignoring the chat a little bit. It's time to grab a new drinky drink. You know what? You're right. I'll be right back. All right, I've returned with my new drinky drink. Same one, hard pineapple strawberry. I'm not advocating to drink alcohol. I'm actually not a fan myself. But it helps take the edge off. But it's not good for you. Don't drink alcohol if you can help it. Okay. I'm so used to your video voice. Yeah, sorry. This is the raw input of my mic, so this is more or less my real voice.
If you want my Life Sucks voice, I can do that too. Hey guys, welcome to another Life Sucks video.
If you prefer that, I can do that. So what do y'all want to talk about? Can you turn your video voice on? I don't have, so right now I'm on my Mac. I don't have any software that can change my voice or like, post-processing or... Usually I just do Adobe Audition. I'll put like a narration epic, bass boost, pitch shift, effects on it, but I figured a live stream might as well just be me. Let's get a live drunk hentai review. I don't think so. I think I'm done with hentai reviews. Sorry. Oh, Mr. Ross is here.
Y'all want to say hi to Mr. Ross?
Come here, buddy. Oh, not you. Oh, he's right here. Come here, buddy. No, Lottie gets jealous. No. Come on. You stay, Mr. Rowe. You stay here, buddy. Come up here. Show everyone how handsome you are. Y'all can see his head. Look at him. Look how handsome. I know you can't really see him. But, I mean, let's see. Maybe I can show off his face. Or maybe if he gets on the bed. You want to get on the bed, buddy? You want to come up to me? You want to come up to me? You want to come up? He's old, guys, so he doesn't like jumping up. But y'all can see his handsome little face up here. Oh, what a good boy. Handsome old man, isn't he?
Hey, buddy.
Whoa. All right. Sorry about that. I just wanted y'all to at least see him. He usually likes to keep to himself just because he's old and grumpy. But he's handsome. I mean, if you follow me on Instagram, you know what he looks like. Dude, don't you love those eyebrow dogs? So handsome. He knows it too. He knows he's handsome. Minecraft server? I don't think so. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I hate Minecraft. I really hate that game. I'm so sorry. I know it's adored by millions, and I think the creative stuff in Minecraft has been very healthy for young minds. But I can't stand that game. Oh my gosh, dude. Like, there's just the objectiveless nature of it makes me like, I would rather like sit in front of a script and write. If I want to be creative, I'll just work. Like, I don't want to be creative when I'm playing video games. I want to play Diablo 4 and have an objective and just annihilate millions of demons. But Minecraft, I don't want to. I have to be creative now. Oh, I've been creative all day. I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? How long are you going to grow the beard? I'm probably about to trim it. I know it's going to low. You can see my mustache is like going all out of whack for some reason. It's supposed to go like that. Or maybe I'm just doing weird stuff with my mouth. But thank you. So I see a question from Keda Kitty. Can you recommend any places I can find support for CSA and re-victimization? The only person who was there for me ended up moving a younger girl with him and is basically grooming her now. I would say contact the police. I would say the resources at the top of my description, it should be in this live stream too. Look through those resources and find one that is local to you. I would say do not give up. If you are being abused and you know people who are being abused, do not give up. On yourself, on others, do not give up. I wish I could give you more advice. I think it's very hard dealing with these issues because they're all so personal and they all require complex solutions. But I think you're starting in a great way. You should be voicing it. Please voice it to more people who are local in your community. If you have anyone that you can trust, family, friends, counselors, teachers, I don't know your whole situation, and understanding your whole situation, well, it would obviously be an undertaking. And it is incredibly isolating and lonely, but you are doing good by reaching out to people, and I recommend you do more of that, especially with your local community. That is very important. If you know any journalists, or you know someone who knows a journalist, reach out to them. Send out emails. And like I said, the resources at the top of the description should prove very useful. Like Reginald said, we have your back. Do not be afraid of voicing your experience. Do not be afraid of the transgressor. Like we're saying, we're here for you. That's great. The more people that know him, the better it is. Go inside his pawn shop and leave posters outside of his pawn shop calling him a predator, if he actually is, that will certainly get attention from a lot of different people. And maybe the police will reach out to you. Maybe the FBI will reach out to you. There's a lot of power in your own voice. Just know that. That's all I can really say without knowing your specific situation. But the resources I link are very helpful. I think the advice that the people in the chat are giving you is very helpful. If anyone has any better advice, please let them know. Oh, I'm getting a little drunk, guys. I think I should stop. Necro says, do you like Daredevil or the Punisher TV show? Obviously, I like Daredevil. I mean, my whole persona used to be based around Daredevil. Kitty says, thank you guys so much. Yes, thank you guys. Be supportive of each other. I know we don't have a Discord server or an official Reddit community. I know there's some, but I don't have any association with those. But it is good to voice what you are going through. That is the most important thing. That is the first step. It's the hardest step, and it's the best thing you can do, is voice what you have gone through. If you are telling the truth, then voice the truth. That's my philosophy. Have you come to know the hackers you work with? Some of them, yes. Some of them I've gone to be great friends with. Others not so much. But most of them on a professional basis. A few of them on a friendly basis, but nothing too personal. Kitty. If you're telling the truth, you have nothing to be afraid of. Do not be scared of retaliation. If you are telling the truth, voice the truth. The truth always has a way of coming out. And whether that's through legal proceedings, whether that's through the police getting involved, whether that's through any number of means, the truth always has a way of coming out. And if you voice the truth, You might be one in hundreds that have your back in your town. Like, especially with predators, they usually always have a track record. And it is very likely that there will be someone to support you in your community. Do not be scared. All right. The scariness ends the very moment you find power in your voice. Do not be afraid of retaliation. If it's 100% the truth, then you voice it. Do not be afraid. The truth needs to come out. Aaron says, do you remember the old series you did along with Life Sucks? What was the name of it? I mean, if I made it, I definitely remember. But you'll have to tell me which one you're talking about. All right, I'm going to dip now. Goodbye, Reginald. Thank you for joining us. Like Elle said, do what makes you the most comfortable, but I think there's a way to make an anonymous report to the police. Yes. But I would implore you all to find power in your voice. If you are telling the truth, find power in your voice. The truth always has a way of coming out. If you're the one that has to start that investigation, you should take that responsibility. Oh, it wasn't a bad drink. It was delicious. I'm feeling the alcohol. Which is cool, I guess. If I did YouTube and used the Daredevil persona, would that be chill with you? Since you were... Dude, y'all can use whatever. If I inspired you to do anything, please use that as fuel for your own creation. Please. Like, I don't mind. Like, you can literally, if you make a channel called Nanny Necro, and you use the same titles I do, you make the same type of content, you use the similar descriptions, that is okay with me. Please do that. Like, I think the more people we have pushing our message to empower children and punish those who would harm them, that is the best thing we can do. And I would be honored to have inspired you. Y'all are silly. Thinking I give a shit about copyright or giving a shit about any of that stuff. Like, all my work is Creative Commons. Please take my work and use it for something good. Please. Oh, okay. Necro again. And the hard questions. What are your religious beliefs? I'm kind of gonna go into it, and You Can't Hurt Me. I mean, there's a lot going into You Can't Hurt Me, guys. It's a personal project, and there will be a lot of my DNA in it. But have any of you seen the short film, the teaser with all the spicy scenes that were a little intense? Okay. Do you remember what it said at the end? Do you remember the last piece of text you see? Does anyone remember? on that last frame, what did it say? Does anyone remember what it said? No, but I can look it up. Does no one here remember what it said? It's the last frame. It's the final frame where she's standing on the side of the cliff and there's a little text that fades in. Close. Lando is close. I got one letter out of place there, but that's close. So close. There you go. Botan got it. Sorry, Lando. You were so close. Botan got it. Did y'all look that up? Did y'all not remember it and you had to look it up? It's okay. Okay. So, guard our descendants. What are the first letter of each word? What does that spell out? Let's be real, we all searched it up. It's okay. It's okay. Londo is the only one who kind of remembered it. There you go. Yes, it spells out God. That is my God, is guard our descendants. That is, if that's a religion, that's my religion. It is the... I'm gonna go into this and you can't hear me, but according to our DNA, in the eyes of biology, reproducing and protecting our offspring is the purpose of life. That I'm not trying to say all other belief systems are wrong. I'm not trying to invalidate any of your beliefs in any way. I'm just saying, in the eyes of biology, reproducing and protecting our offspring is the purpose of life. That is where I came up with the phrase, guard our descendants, which spells out God. So that is what I believe. That is what I believe in. We should protect our children. So if you could... I'm not gonna parade it like it's a religion, because it's not. It is just like according to biology, that is what we are designed to do, and that is what I perceive as God. Now that's not to say I don't believe in any other belief system. I was raised to be Christian. I fell out of faith a while ago, but I still hold a lot of the values in those belief systems very close to my heart. And I'm going to go more into that, and you can't hurt me. But yes, that is my religion, essentially, is guard our descendants. My belief system also believes in the protection of our children and to show no mercy to those that would bring them harm. There you go. That's exactly what I believe. I think any kind of empathy or open-mindedness towards any kind of community that harms children is extremely harmful. I don't think we should empathize with pedophiles. I don't think we should empathize with human traffickers, if you can even do that. They all need to go. Maybe in the future, when we have a cure for pedophilia or have a cure for the ruined childhoods of human traffickers and turn them into productive members of society, maybe we don't have to destroy them all. But until then, I think we should. That's just my opinion. turn them all into shrimp. Right? Do you think pedos deserve the death penalty? I honestly think that we should just be pulling them out of their houses and and executing them on the street. Now that I understand why that's not a healthy thought process, but I think, just because, like, oh, what if they were falsely accused? That can happen. And I believe if you have irreversible proof, if you have irrefutable proof that they have harmed a child, then yes, they should go. I think we should pull them out of their house and execute them on the street. I believe the way we do it now, where there's a whole trial, and before the trial, the victims have to come out and they have to present evidence. I think that's all well and good, but also it's very anti-victim. It's I think the alternative would be better for children. And I think if we had been, for the past 1,000 years, all throughout humanity, I think if we punished those who harm children more effectively, we would probably be in a much better place as a society than we are today. Because law and order doesn't necessarily mean justice. Like, law and order is like the system we came up with to try to handle justice. But justice is not being served to hundreds of thousands of transgressors who walk free. Law and order is not addressing the industry of human trafficking that continues to grow. Law and order is failing us, essentially. And I think we need a new system that handles justice more appropriately. And I'm hoping with AI we can turn that idea into a reality. That's what I think. I don't know. What do y'all think? So Aaron asks an interesting question. Thoughts on some people in your comments being anti-LGBTQ? I know you are not, by the way. If there are, I had no idea. I think anywhere on the internet, though, especially in today's society, you're going to get a lot of different opinions from a lot of different people. Not just anti-LGBTQ, but also, like, literal pedos will sometimes comment and be like, you know how they are. Like, being like, oh, you shouldn't just blindly believe all pedos are bad guys. But I've made my points clear. I think if you're attracted to children, then you are willing to harm a child, and then therefore you should not be. I think the benefit we would get from killing you would be better than the one keeping you alive. That's what I think. I think when a pedo affects a child, that is like the greatest net negative thing you can do. or anyone who harms a child. I think that's the greatest net negative thing you can do. Necro said, "Have you ever killed a man?" And Anton said, "I don't think Max would admit to something like that on YouTube." I wish I could say I have, but I have not. I have been drinking, as you can all see, and I'm feeling a little drunk. Just want to put that out there. Thoughts on murdering turtles? Absolutely not. Turtles, all animals are super cool. Except mosquitoes. Mosquitoes suck. Please listen to Void by Melanie Martinez. I want to see your reaction. I would put on music if copyright did not exist. I'm sorry, guys, but it does, and the stream might get taken down right away if I play something that someone doesn't want to be played. Excuse me. Is the VOD staying on the Patreon? I might not sit through the rest of this. Yes. If not, I will make sure it will be in the coming days. I want this available. I might just make this public on my YouTube at a later day. But yeah, y'all should have access to it. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for joining. I know you're always, anytime MamaMax is mentioned, I know you're always, I always see your profile picture interacting with that. No matter what the conversation is, I always see you. And I appreciate your support. I just want to say, like, to everyone here, like, for a parasocial warning, don't get too attached to me. I think the message I'm spreading is more important than me as a person. But I appreciate you all interacting with me and interacting with each other. Y'all are very kind and sweet to me, and I appreciate that. But you're really cool. No, Necro, that's you. That's you guys. Y'all are the really cool ones. Can you do the Whataburger right you did last stream? It was really funny. I don't want to talk about Whataburger, man.
Y'all like Whataburger? You think paying $7 for a pretty mid burger is cool? I don't think so. I think if you want a good $7 burger, you can go to what's a good burger place?
Honestly, I'd rather just make a burger at home. Hey, cutie. Don't invest your money in Whataburger, guys. Come on, it's pretty mid. Can we all admit it's pretty mid? I've never bit into a Whataburger burger and been like, this is delicious. Never. Has that ever happened? I'm like, it's mid. I mean, I can make a much better burger at home. Fast fave food burger. I'm probably gonna get canceled, but Chick-fil-A, I know they don't count as burgers, but dude, how can you go wrong with Chick-fil-A, dude? So good.
Me.
Dude, she never stops licking. Never. Like, when I'm in bed, this is all she does. Like, I go down a little bit. It's all she does, guys. Is the lag over? Nice. Dude, right? How does she not get tired? I have no idea. I'm sorry about the lag, guys. I think this might be the time to call the stream. It's been like 3.5 hours. I think I gave y'all enough attention for the decade. I think I'll see y'all in the next 10 years when I finally upload and do another live stream.
You want to know my middle name? I don't think so. You don't get access to that information. Only I do.
Okay, but for real though, I'm not 10 years. I'm going to try to upload. I mean, I'm still working on the project, but I will try to get it out as fast as possible, guys. I promise you I'm working on this thing every day. If any of you feel that my content is harmful, please provide some empirical evidence or scientific data to show as much, and I will be happy to change my direction. But if you can't, I'm pretty sure my direction is only going to help. I think. And y'all seem to think so as well. But hey, who knows? We don't have all the answers. We don't have all the answers here. We're trying to figure that out along the way. And I'm sure we will. Maybe with the help of AI, it will tell us, it will be able to simulate a universe where I did continue with my direction and one where I chose to change my direction, and I'm sure we can compare the two. But until that happens, I probably won't change my direction unless someone can prove that it is harmful. But y'all don't seem to think it's harmful. I'm pretty sure it's only helpful to our campaign and our message. If you ignore a trigger warning, that's your fault. In my opinion. That's just my opinion, guys. All right. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all next time. Thank you for joining in. Sleep well, everyone. I'm going to go now. All right. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye. 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 Y'all are so sweet. Much loved.